We actually put this in water in special temperature, and then we make some kind of zest, something which is very liquid. And in specific temperatures, this will actually start to enhance some enzymes. And these enzymes are going to all these sugar chains that they are in the liquid. They're going to actually cut these chains. So then in the end of this process, like an hour or so, we'll have something which is very, very sugary. So then we actually have to take this and we put it to the next vessel, which is like a filter. And then we have all the liquid and the malt. And then what we do is that we have this kind of filter, and then all the liquid comes through and goes to the other vessel. And then this needs to be boiled for an hour. And then we add the hops or whatever else we have to add. Which one? I'll come to that later. So then we have to boil it for an hour, and then we have to put it down very fast. So like from 100 it has to go down to 18 or 20. Or even less, 12. It depends on the beer. We have two types of beer. We have lager and ale. The lager, it means that it has a low fermentation profile, which means that it has to be in around 12 degrees. The ale is much more stable, so it can be from 18 to 20, 22. It's like room temperature. That's why most of the people actually brewing at home, they're doing ales. They cannot do lagers because they need specific temperatures. But here, of course, in the brewery we can do both, because all these tanks, they have inside we can cool them down. We cannot heat them up, but we can cool them down. So then, when we cool it down to 18 degrees or 12, then we put it to the tank. And then, if we don't add the yeast, there's no beer. It's not beer yet. So if we don't add the yeast, it's never a beer. Once we add the yeast, then it becomes a beer. And then it takes around 1 month for the beer to be ready. And then we take it to this machine, which is actually the can machine. So it's actually a canning line. So this actually, we put the beer in the can, and then it actually closes the can. What you say? Yeah, the label is coming here. This is the other machine. What was the question?
I know that some make beer at home.
Yeah, if you want to start, you should. I mean, this is what everyone was doing in the past and still are doing. You have to start somewhere, and this is the best way to start, because there are so many factors for the beer that, I mean, if you start from scratch doing the whole thing, it's very tough. But if you have a kid, you have to start to understand that, okay, this is what I'm doing. So I'm taking some kind of very concentrated sugar, I put it in the water, I need to have a good temperature, I add the yeast, and something should happen. I don't know what, but something should happen. You start like this, and then when it's ready, you have to bottle, and this is different. But I mean, you have to start somewhere, so yeah. It's a good, I mean, we all started that way. And then you realize that it's not exactly what I was thinking. And then you realize that, okay, there's different methods and techniques, and then, you need to get some equipment, so you need to spend some money, and then you can have better results. You have to start somewhere. Yes.
The paste, but cold or the dehydrated one?
No, most probably it's ready-made, the yeast. So it's either liquid or dry. The liquid is more expensive. It's better, but it's expensive. So that means that the beer in the end is going to be more expensive. But it doesn't really. I mean, yeah, I can do it better, but I mean, it's any? No. 90% of the job here is actually cleaning. So I know that most of people have in mind that it's cool to put the hops inside the boiling vessel and stuff, or it's cool to make all the labels and stuff, but 90% is cleaning, because in our facility, if we don't have a clean vessel, then the beer is gonna be bad. So the job itself involves a lot of cleaning. So every day there is the team is actually, they have to go through the cleaning of the vessels, because every day or every other day we have a beer that is going out of the vessel in the cans, and then the next beer should go in a clean vessel, which means, so that takes a lot of hours.
Another question here.
Yeah.
Why after you put them down, did you put them upside down?
This is only because this inkjet printer, we have this printer for the lot, like a bath. So we have to put them upside down, otherwise it doesn't work.
Okay. Thank you.
It's just for us, it's nothing. Here we're making, most of the stuff we produce is IPAs, pale ales, we have a stouts, and lager. I mean, that's it. It's not like a vast variety, but that's what it is. Yeah.
Which do you think is better, bottle or can?
For us, the can is better. I mean, that was strategic for us. We were the first ones to invest in cans in Greece. So every other microbrewery they had bottles. But I was living abroad for many years, and I could see what was happening, and the trend was, it was for cans only. But nobody had done it before. So, and then there's a lot of advantages for going through the bottle or can. The can is actually protecting the beer much better, because it's a closed package. I mean, the sunlight cannot go through. So this is the first one. The second one is that you have this small, how to say, area. Yeah, the small area that actually is on the bottle and then on the can, and the can is much smaller. So like the oxygen that is going to be produced over time and is going to kill the beer, because the only killer is the oxygen. I mean, oxygen is actually is giving life for the yeast to produce the beer, but after that it's actually a killer. So it shouldn't get the beer in touch with oxygen in any other case. So in that case here, when we're actually canning the beer, what it does is like you have the can, it's filling up with beer, and then on top it creates foam. When it comes to sustainability, we have a packaging which is 100% recyclable, and we are kind of a zero waste company, because all the mold that we are using and all the byproducts comes a person who is actually has his own animals, so he takes it in order to feed them, and then from byproducts of the fermentation. We make other products like soaps, soaps with hops or with malt. We haven't made anything to eat yet, like bars and stuff or more. But yeah,
Maybe it's in your future plans to do.
Yeah, and then we were in discussion with someone from Holland. Actually, a Greek scientist who is there. They're trying to make a a new way of reusing the carbon dioxide. And we have a lot of carbon dioxide on the production of the beer, so we could somehow reuse it. Otherwise, it's quite expensive as a gas. Yeah.